My dear friend, have you ever gone to bed on time, your body completely exhausted, your eyes already closed, yet you just couldn't fall asleep? You toss and turn, hear the ticking of the clock, then get out of bed, wandering aimlessly in the middle of the night, trying to do something, anything, just to pass the time? And the next morning, even if you manage to get a bit of sleep, you still wake up in a daze, as if you never really rested at all? If you're over 60 and this feeling sounds familiar, then there's one thing I want to say to you. You are not alone. Insomnia is one of the most common issues among older adults, yet also one of the least openly talked about. Why? Because many of us have come to accept it, thinking, maybe I'm just getting old. Poor sleep is probably normal now. But the truth isn't quite like that. Aging may make sleep more difficult, but that doesn't mean you have to live with restless nights forever, or rely on sleeping pills for the rest of your life. And that's exactly why, in today's video, I want to sit beside you, not as a doctor, but as someone who's witnessed many people reclaim their sleep naturally. I'll walk with you to understand why sleep becomes harder after the age of 60, and more importantly, how you can begin restoring deep, restful sleep again without the help of medication. But before we begin, may I ask you one small question? Where in the world are you watching this video from? I would truly love to know who I'm sharing this evening's journey with. And if you find this topic helpful, don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Each week, I'll bring you videos specifically designed for the health and natural recovery of people over 60. Now let's begin with the most important question of all. What exactly is happening inside the body after 60 that makes sleep feel so distant and difficult to reach? Part 1. What changes in the body after 60 make it harder for you to sleep? Sleep is not simply about closing your eyes and lying still. It is a delicate biological process directed by many systems in the body, from the nervous system, hormonal signals, and internal clock, to even your emotional state. When we're young, these systems work together in harmony. You get sleepy at the right time, fall into deep rest, and wake up feeling refreshed. But after the age of 60, that harmony begins to fall out of sync. Not loudly, not obviously, but quietly, like a breeze slipping through a window crack. The first thing to be affected is melatonin, the hormone that signals your body it's time for bed. Melatonin is naturally produced in the dark. It's like a soft yellow light gently telling your brain it's time to rest. But over time, your body produces less of it, and even the timing of its release becomes disrupted. As a result, even if you go to bed at the right hour, your body might not yet feel ready to drift into sleep. And beyond that, your circadian rhythm or internal clock also becomes less accurate. You might find yourself getting sleepy very early in the evening, but then waking up at 2 or 3 a.m. and unable to fall back asleep. This is a clear sign of circadian rhythm disruption, and it often shows up more as we age. In addition, common issues among older adults quietly affect sleep as well, such as nighttime urination, joint pain, prolonged stress, or a subtle sense of anxiety you may not even be able to describe. Each of these small factors acts like an undercurrent, slowly wearing away the fragile structure of your sleep. Many people focus only on the symptom, insomnia, without realizing the deeper root causes that lie beneath it. And when the root is left unaddressed, trying to force yourself to sleep with medication is like trying to seal a cracked wall with tape. If you've ever thought, all I need is a sleeping pill and I'll be fine, then perhaps it's time to take a different perspective, one that's long-term, steady, and safer. And to understand why sleeping pills aren't the complete answer, especially after 60, we'll move into the next part, together. Part 2. Why shouldn't you rely on sleeping pills, especially after 60? I understand that feeling. When you've struggled with insomnia for a long time, and there are nights when you stare at the clock until 3 a.m. with eyes still wide open, even a single sleeping pill can feel like a life raft. It helps you fall asleep. It lets you escape from those long, restless nights, and in that moment, you feel relieved. And that's completely understandable. But here's a truth that few people talk about clearly. Sleeping pills are not real sleep. They merely slow down your nervous system and force your brain into a sleep-like state, but they don't guide you into the deep, natural sleep cycles your body truly needs. And when you take them long-term, the price you pay is far from small, especially when your body is no longer what it used to be. The first issue is tolerance. The pill that works for you today might still work tomorrow, but after just a few weeks, you'll likely find that you need a higher dose to feel the same effect. Eventually, the pills stop helping you sleep, but your body can no longer fall asleep on its own without them. That's when dependence begins. The second issue is the quality of sleep. Even if you sleep 6 or 7 hours with medication, you might still wake up feeling sluggish, groggy, and no longer mentally sharp. That's because medicated sleep often lacks deep sleep, the phase most essential for your body to repair, strengthen the immune system, and balance your hormones. The third concern, especially for older adults, is that sleeping pills raise the risk of nighttime falls, memory problems, and confusion upon waking. I've seen many elderly patients hospitalized after a fall, simply because they stepped out of bed while still dazed from medication. Some even experience blurred lines between dreams and reality, which carries over into their daytime life and affects their well-being. But most importantly of all, sleeping pills do not address the true root cause of your insomnia. They only mask the problem temporarily. They don't teach your body how to recalibrate its sleep cycle the way it used to know before. So, if medication isn't the answer, what other options are there? The answer is yes, there are alternatives. And no, you don't need to change your entire life to begin. With just a few small, correct adjustments done consistently, your body can gradually regain the ability to sleep naturally. In the next part, I'll share with you 5 simple habits, step by step, that can help you begin your journey to restoring sleep, without pills and without pressure. Part 3. 5 simple habits to help you restore natural sleep without medication. I know you've already tried many things, from herbal teas and folk remedies to medications, maybe even vague or conflicting advice. And each time disappointment came, you might have felt like your body had simply become too old to ever sleep well again. But you don't have to change your entire life. Just a few small adjustments, done correctly and repeated consistently, and your body can slowly remember how it used to rest. Here are the exact steps I often recommend to my older patients. They're simple, low cost, and have helped many people return to natural sleep within just a few weeks. First, begin with early morning light. If possible, expose yourself to natural sunlight for about 10 minutes each morning, ideally between 6:30 and 7:30 a.m. You don't need to go far. Just open a window or step onto the balcony and let sunlight touch your skin and eyes directly, without sunglasses. This helps reset your internal clock, sending a clear signal that the day has started, which in turn helps your body know when it should feel sleepy later in the evening. Second, reduce artificial lighting after 8 p.m. As night begins, your body needs a calm environment to begin producing melatonin. But strong lights from lamps, phones, or TVs can interfere with that process. Switch to warm, soft lighting and limit screen time. If needed, try reading a paper book, writing a few gentle thoughts in a journal, or simply listening to soft instrumental music. Third, pay attention to your eating schedule. Ideally, have dinner before 7 p.m. and avoid coffee, alcohol, or strong tea after 3 in the afternoon. Keep dinner light and finish eating at least 3 hours before bedtime. so your digestive system isn't working overtime while you sleep. Some people drink a little alcohol to fall asleep faster, but in reality, alcohol may make you drowsy at first, then wake you up in the middle of the night and disrupt your sleep. The fourth habit, create a small bedtime ritual, like soothing a child before sleep. About 30 minutes before going to bed, wash your face with warm water, turn off all devices, and spend a few minutes breathing slowly and gently. You might like to write down 3 things you're grateful for that day. Or listen to the sound of ocean waves or gentle rain, familiar sounds that act like a soft blanket for your nervous system. And finally, if you truly need gentle support, consider natural nutrients like magnesium or glycine, both of which can help calm the nervous system without creating dependency. A caffeine-free cup of lotus tea or chamomile in the evening can also serve as a quiet message to your body. It's time to rest. You don't need to do all of these at once. Just pick one habit that feels easy for you to begin with and repeat it each day for a week. If your body starts responding well, add another. This is not a quick fix. It's a way of retraining your body, once again, to know how to sleep. Sleep does not come from force. It comes from rhythm. From consistent signals your body learns through repetition. And if you're still watching this far, I believe this. You're not just curious about sleep, you're truly serious about your health. Not in a rushed or impulsive way, but with persistence, patience, and a desire to heal gently in a way that lasts. My dear friend, we've just walked through a small journey together, but one that could bring about big changes in your life. Not through special medications, not with expensive machines, but simply by understanding your own body and starting again with something very simple. Believing that you can still sleep well and slowly rebuilding that rhythm with patience. There's something I want you to truly understand. Insomnia is not a sentence handed down to older adults. It's a signal, your body's way of saying, I need to be cared for differently. And you absolutely can respond to that call. Gently, one small step at a time. A quiet morning in the sunlight, an evening with the lights turned off a little earlier. A warm cup of tea, a deep breath, a single line of gratitude. These aren't methods, they're a return to the natural rhythm your body once knew so well, but may have forgotten amid worries, pressure, or simply age. If you're still watching this video all the way to the end, I believe this. You truly care about your health. Not impulsively, but with understanding and a desire to improve naturally and sustainably. That's why I hope you won't just listen, but that you'll try. No need to rush. Just begin. And if you have tried, or if you've had any personal experience on this journey of recovery, I would truly love to hear from you. Leave me a comment. Even something as simple as, I'll start with morning sunlight, is enough to let me know you're walking this path with me. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, share it with someone you know who may also be struggling with sleep, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. Every week, I share thoughtful, honest, and practical content made especially for people over 60 who are choosing to care for their health in a natural way. I wish you a peaceful night's sleep, starting tonight.